All right, buckle up because OpenAI's next major release is officially here. And honestly, it might be their biggest move since ChatGPT first blew up. We're talking about GPT-5. And to really get why this is such a game changer, we have to start with the sheer scale of it all. It all starts with 700 million. That's how many people are using ChatGPT every single week. I mean, that's nearly 10% of the entire world's population. It's a user base almost the size of Europe. And every single one of those users is about to feel a fundamental change in what this AI can actually do. This isn't just a minor update or a fresh coat of paint. No, this is like they've ripped out the old engine and dropped in a brand new, supercharged one. And, OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, he is not playing it cool. He's flat out calling it the best model in the world. That's a huge claim, right? But it tells you just how much they have riding on this launch. So what's really going on behind the curtain? Okay, let's get into it. To understand what makes GPT-5 a truly next-generation model, you have to look at how it's built, because it's not just another version. It's a totally different kind of architecture. For the first time ever, OpenAI has built what they're calling a unified model. So what does that mean? Well, it mashes together two different AI families. You've got the fast, snappy GPT series we all know, and then you have their internal, heavy-duty O-series models, which were built for really deep, complex thinking. So you get the best of both worlds, speed and smarts, all in one package. And the secret sauce that makes this all work is this thing called a real-time router. Think of it like a super smart traffic cop for intelligence. It looks at what you ask it, and in a split second, it decides. Does this just need a quick, simple answer? Or do I need to fire up the big guns and do some heavy-duty thinking? And it all happens automatically. You don't even see it. Now, this new architecture is what unlocks the single biggest leap for GPT-5. This is the moment it moves from being a simple chatbot to a capable AI agent. This is where it stops just talking and starts doing. And this is a really important shift to understand. A chatbot, right? It's reactive. You ask it something, it gives you an answer. But an agent is proactive. You don't ask it for the steps to do a task, you just tell it to do the task. It's the difference between getting an instruction manual and having a skilled assistant who just gets it done for you. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, it means you can give it a prompt and it could generate an entire software app for you. It means you could say, hey, look at my calendar, find a time for a meeting with these people, and schedule it. Or you could tell it to put together a detailed research brief on some topic, and it comes back with a finished document. That's the agent future they're building. Okay. That all sounds really impressive. But does the performance actually live up to the promise? Let's take a look at the report card. All right, in the huge battleground of coding, GPT-5 does claim the top spot. On this benchmark that tests how well it can solve real software engineering problems, it scores the highest. But look at that margin. It just barely inches past its main rival from Anthropic. It really shows you how fierce the competition is at the top. And you see almost the exact same story when we look at PhD-level science problems. On this ridiculously hard test of scientific reasoning, the pro version of GPT-5 again takes the lead. But again, the margins are razor thin. It's clear all the top models are pretty much neck and neck in terms of raw intelligence. But then there's this number, a number that isn't close at all. 4.8%. And honestly, this might be the single most important number from this entire release. So that number, that's the model's hallucination rate. How often it just confidently makes stuff up. GPT-5's rate is just 4.8%. Now to see why that's so wild, look at its predecessors. They were hallucinating over 20% of the time. This isn't just an improvement, it's a monumental leap forward in making this AI something you can actually trust. But it's not a clean sweep across the board. Gotta be honest here. On some of those new agent tasks, like being asked to navigate a complicated website, it actually gets beaten by some of its rivals. This just shows that even though GPT-5 is a huge step, the race to build the ultimate AI agent is still wide open. So the benchmarks are cool and all, but let's get to the important part. What does this actually mean for you, the person using it every day? Let's talk about the upgrades hitting your account. First up, there are some pretty cool new features. You can now pick from these built-in personalities, like cynic or nerd, and it'll just change the tone of the conversation without you having to write a super long, complicated prompt. As one of OpenAI's VPs put it, the vibes of this model are really good. And here's the breakdown of who gets what. Now, Plus and Pro subscribers, yeah, they get higher limits and access to the even more powerful GPT-5 Pro model, but the real headline here is that top line. For the very first time, a state-of-the-art, top-tier reasoning model, GPT-5, is now the default for all free users. And that last point, making a model this powerful free for everybody, that brings us to the bigger picture. Because this decision has some really profound implications for, well, all of us. We're right back to that 700 million user number. OpenAI always says its mission is to get advanced AI into as many hands as possible, and with this move, they just did exactly that. A brand new baseline for what AI can do has just been set for a huge chunk of the globe. And what's so critical is that this isn't just a more capable model, it's a safer one. In all their testing, it proved to be less deceptive, much better at saying no to unsafe questions, but also smarter about not rejecting things that are totally harmless. It's an AI designed to be more transparent and more honest. So this is where we're at. An AI that is dramatically more capable, more reliable, and more action-oriented is now in the hands of hundreds of millions of people for free. And that leaves us with one fascinating and pretty vital question. Are we about to see this incredible explosion of human productivity and creativity, or are we stepping into something else entirely? The new tools are here,